Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Mukul. I'm AI engineer. I graduated from IIT Kharagpur, and since then I am working in machine learning and data science field. So, uh, so I started this channel just to solidify my knowledge about AI and let others know what interesting stuff is going on in this generative AI field. It's really interesting to see what all the tech stack that I am working on. So you may also know if you are thinking of being an AI engineer, or if you are thinking of being a AI product manager, then what all the things or tech stack you should familiarize yourself. There are different things. There's LangChain, you must have heard about it. There's Hugging Face, where you get these open source model. Now in within models there are different categories of models. There are large LLMs with 100 billion parameters. There are multimodal models. There are small models, 1b 2b parameters. Then there is fine tuning of these models. Then there are embedding models. Then there are models to create better chunks. There are models to work within RAG, to create multiple layers of RAG, not just when you are interacting with LLM, also when you are searching for information, when you are doing knowledge mining on your custom data. Okay, so that's very interesting. So the tech stack that we are going to discuss about is first video is majorly focused on where all different tech stack that you may not know fit. So we'll, as I told you, we discuss about LangChain, Hugging Face. Apart from that, we may discuss Olama, OpenAI, where Claude, Anthropic fits in, where Gemini fits in. What we'll also look into where PyTorch, TensorFlow, those old technologies, those old libraries, where they fit in. Okay, and obviously we are going to do all this in Python. So if you are not familiar with Python, if you are a product manager and seeing this video, I'll help you understand how all this ecosystem, AI ecosystem, how is it? What are different technologies, and where are they being used? We are also going to talk about neural networks, all the basics things, maybe backpropagation models, or Adam models, optimizers that you might have heard about, how training models fit in here, where are they used, what is fine tuning, why do we do fine tuning, what are the different methods of doing fine tuning. If you are not familiar with any of this or some of these, it's all right. We are going to understand in very simple language. I am trying to make you understand. Okay, so let's start. AI is a very broad segment. Then comes machine learning, where you have models like linear regression. You may know logistic regression. You might have heard about random forest. Then there's multiple clustering algorithm. There's ensembling method like XGBoost, and then there's deep learning. So when it comes to deep learning, so machine learning models are like logistic regression, where you are seeing you have a y, you have a x, and then you are based on your independent variable, you are trying to predict dependent variable. For example, let's see. Okay, if say I want to predict my agriculture yield. Okay, so it might depend on temperature, irrigation condition, that depends on rain, that depends on might be humidity. So these are the factors, these are the independent factors that are going to decide what will be your agriculture yield. Then there's come deep learning models, where you are working on something that's based upon humans mind design. That's neural network, where you have neurons which are supposed to act like our brain cells. Okay, these neurons, let's consider uh, very simple neural network. Okay, so say I have a output which have two variable, maybe x1 and x2, and and this network will be connected, and I am trying to predict y, right? So this network, this small network that you are seeing, a similar implementation which enable you to see, understand human writing, understand human facial expressions, maybe generate image, understand image, generate language, what you are seeing with ChatGPT. Okay, so let's see what's there in a single neuron. So let's zoom in a single neuron. For every neuron there are two things: there's weight, there's bias. Okay, there's so for every neuron it must be doing something like w1 x1 plus v1. Okay, so it's just multiplying your input with something, adding some bias. Okay, so that's simply a neuron that's often connected to a gate. A gate like a gate could be a sigmoid function which looks something like this. Okay, so what sigmoid says, if my input is greater than 0, if this wx1 plus b is greater than 0, then I will say that this layer is active, this particular neuron is activated. Otherwise I'll say this particular neuron is if it's less than 0, then I'll probably say this particular neuron is not activated. Or in between this there are many numbers that could come in. 0.5 will be here, it could be 0.8 here, it could be 0.2. This is particularly a neuron, okay, connected or and getting activated to predict something, distinguishing between dog and a cat, or maybe oranges and apples. It may be to understand your language, it may be to understand your voice, it may be to see image, it might be to generate image. So many things can happen with this neural network. And for all these tasks, these neural network are trained in a different way, they are connected in a different. We might also look at different architecture, other architecture that enable these LLMs. As an architecture called transformers. Transformer contains something called self-attention, which enables ChatGPT to generate the kind of output that you are seeing. So to summarize, neural network is nothing, it consists of multiple layers of neurons. Neurons is nothing but weight and weight into input variable plus biases with some activation layer, and all this connects in a different architectures to perform different kind of functions. How to create that architecture, how to build that architecture, how to understand those things, that we are going to see in further video. So just leave a comment, like, maybe might be share. If this is my first video, so I don't know about the quality. Okay, bye, have a nice day.